Hello, this will be my final presentation for INT 350. This is Cultural Exchange, Teaching and Learning with an ELL Student. All about me, my name is Nairobi Haggie and I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I was born on July 5th, 2003. I'm currently attending Norfolk State University for a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education. Most people would describe me as a passionate, hardworking, and dependable person. I truly gained a passion for working with children after being a summer camp counselor. I worked with children ages around like 4 to about 15 or 16. I really enjoyed this experience and it just opened my eyes to, endless possibilities of what I could do working with children. So I really aspire to make a difference in at least one child's life. It truly warms my heart when I see a child improving or learning something from me. It just I can't even explain the feeling I get, you know. It's just such a pleasure to work with children and to watch them grow and learn. So, all about my ELL student. His name is Bao Pham. He is a 6-year-old Vietnamese student who was born in Hanoi City. He lives with his mother and father as an only child, and he attends Holland Elementary School in Virginia Beach. Bao was diagnosed with ADHD at age 4, and he has a combination type that displays a mix of both hyperactive impulsive and inattentive distracted behaviors. And this is very evident in his behavior as it tends to interfere with his learning and relationships with peers. Also, due to his impulsive and inattentive nature, he finds it difficult to complete assignments and adhere to the rules in the classroom. Oftentimes, he'll forget what he's doing or get sidetracked or distracted, and it just truly affects how he finishes his work, and sometimes it affects his performance. It also does not help that he knows little English. Him and his parents speak Vietnamese, and he has to learn English. So he cannot connect with his peers the way he wants to yet. Bao is a very smart child. He is very strong in literacy. However, he struggles with memorizing math concepts and solving math problems. And so his ADHD does play a factor in memorization because that is one of the skills that he may need more help on. So for this first assignment, it is a comparing cultures to my own assignment. And for this, I would read a story written by someone from a diverse subgroup. And afterwards, he and his peers would write about what they learned and reflect on their own culture. They would also write about the similarities and differences between both cultures. Then I would have them share what they wrote with the class so that everyone feels represented and included, and they can learn more about their peers. I think that this is a great assignment for Bao because it would allow him to reflect on his culture while learning about his peers. This assignment reflects cultural diversity and inclusion, and this would be an example of knowledge construction because it's helping children understand other cultural perspectives from other people. So this next assignment is a My Holiday Traditions assignment. I would show a video showing various holidays and traditions, and I would have Bao write down his own traditions and interests. Afterwards, he and his peers would share their thoughts with the class, And I think that this is a great activity for him because he can share his diverse experiences with his peers while learning more about traditions other than his own. This assignment is an example of content integration. I think because um it it uses examples and content from, other cultures and traditions, and it just allows him to reflect on other people instead of just, his own traditions. So for this third assignment, it would be a two-part assignment. I would start by creating a open discussion about listening to Bao's perceptions and knowledge of other races. During this discussion, I would combat any negative perceptions and beliefs. After the discussion, I would show a video about real world issues such as discrimination and disadvantages that particular racial groups endure. Next, I would have Bao write down his opinions and thoughts about these real world issues. Um, and then to wrap up, I would just have a final discussion about why this topic is important to learn and what we can do as individuals to help combat these problems. This assignment exhibits prejudice reduction, I think, because it helps kids develop more positive racial attitudes towards other groups. So the easiest level to use was definitely content integration because it's using the mainstream curriculum as most teachers are used to, and it seems to be the less complicated level to implement. The hardest level would probably be the equity pedagogy because you have to modify your teaching style to enable students from, diverse racial groups and both genders to achieve. And it doesn't sound too hard, honestly, but just in my opinion, it would be the most difficult to implement because um you have to like recognize and disrupt the contemporary patterns of, educational disenfranchisement. So yeah, and what I learned by using Banks level of multicultural education for my ELL students, I learned that we educators, we must do more when teaching multicultural education. Most of us are stuck on the mainstream curriculum, but it involves so much more than that, and students need to get a deeper understanding of what multicultural education truly is. So that's the end of my presentation, and thank you so much for listening.